And let's shift our focus now to Madagascar, a country currently witnessing youth-led anti-government protests triggered by power and water crises. Its President Andry Rajoelina has sought a one-year deadline to fix the nation's problems, or he will step down. He hosted a town hall-style meeting at the presidential palace in the capital with government supporters and took sharp questions from the public.
Within a year, there will be no more load shedding, particularly in Antananarivo, but also, by the end of my term of office, there will be no more load shedding anywhere in Madagascar. I pledge that we will do everything in our power to accelerate the energy transition in Madagascar and implement all of the projects. If there are still power cuts in Madagascar within a year, I will resign.
The meeting followed continuing of youth protests that have killed at least 22 people since the 25th of September. The stir, led by the Gen Z Mada movement, has triggered by anger over the persistent power and water shortages. But it soon escalated into broader dissatisfaction over corruption, unemployment, and the rising cost of living crisis.
It is normal for the people to protest because the people are hungry. Salaries are no longer enough in Antananarivo. May the state and its leaders take note of these deaths that were entirely preventable.
The Malagasy president condoled the deaths and blamed the rioters for the chaos. Rajoelina has invited protesters for talks and has been holding meetings as part of his pledge to listen more. He said that the issues can only be solved through conversations and not protests.
There have been deaths. We completely agree. And I truly sympathize with the suffering and pain of the families who have lost loved ones. But I want to tell you that these deaths are not protesters. They are not students. They are rioters. They are the ones who looted.
However, the Gen Z movement has rejected the president's call for talks. The demonstrators have been insisting on his resignation and staged fresh protests today. The protesters claim that talks cannot take place with a government that has been repressing them and has assaulted and humiliated its youth in the streets. The statement came after the police cracked down on the protesters during the recent demonstrations. The security forces deployed rubber bullets and fired tear gas to disperse the crowds from the protest sites. To quell these protests, Rajoelina sacked his entire government last week. He appointed an army general as prime minister to end the stir. But the protest movement has also rejected the premier's appointment. However, street demonstrations appear to have weakened in recent days. Protests calling for reforms may not be a new thing for Rajoelina. He himself rose to power in 2009 after leading mass protests. The stir triggered military intervention and toppled the then president's government. But the dynamics have changed now. Rajoelina is in power, and on the other hand is the angry youth demanding basic human rights. Will the president pay heed to their demands, or will this tide cause Rajoelina to lose his seat?
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.